All right, I think we'll just jump right into questions. We'll start with Chris Tracy from Scoop Duck.
Coach, pretty impressive beginning to the season. I'm sure you crossed off a lot of the things you wanted to accomplish. What kind of things do you think need to be accomplished coming into this weekend to kind of get your team where you want them to be?
I think the biggest thing is just starting a little faster. I thought we started a little slow, and then as the weekend went on, we got better and better. So can we start faster?
We'll go to James.
Missy, just wanted to get an update on Brooke and Rachel. I heard you say earlier that Rachel will be available this weekend. And with Brooke, just what's the timeline for her to ramp up to being available for you?
Yeah, excited to have Rachel back. With Brooke, it's just, we want to get her back on the field as quick as possible, and we're just continuing to monitor it. So.
Chris Hansen.
Can you give an update on what the it is with Brooke?
I'm sorry, say that again?
What is going on with Brooke?
She's just not available.
And then just real quick, you talked about you wanting to start faster from last week, and what stood out to you in a positive manner? What did you come away from the weekend really feeling good about?
Yeah, actually the thing that stood out the most is that if you look over the entire weekend and how we were able to win each ball game, it happened with different athletes. So if you look at each game, you don't see the same athletes coming up big for us. You can see a wide variety from Hannah Gailey to KK to Tara to Ariel, pitchers, same thing, defensive plays. So that's what I loved. We keep talking about our depth, and I think that showed it.
Ryan Milano.
Coach, can you talk a little bit more about Hannah Gailey? She batted below 100 last season. A little bit of a surprise to me in the starting lineup at the first game, and she had a pretty successful weekend.
Yeah, I honestly can't say enough. I love how she came out of the gates this weekend, just very confident in all areas. Love how she's swinging the bat, just commanding the outfield. This is her senior year, and she's been with me since day one. And it's been exciting to see what she's capable of doing. I know her and Coach Martyr have worked very, very hard on her swing. She's worked a ton with Coach Reagan on her defense. So just to see things come together for her this past weekend was great.
Chris Tracy.
Coach, with the depth of the pitching staff that you have, what kind of determinations are you using to make or to decide who goes into the different situations? Is it just situational? You kind of have an idea ahead of time, who's going to pitch so many innings, pitch count or whatever, just kind of what that process is?
I think a little bit of everything that you just said. Obviously experience, matchups. We as a coaching staff and our team watch a ton of video on our opponents. So what's going to be the best matchups to the opponent? I think that's a big, big factor. But a little bit of everything. What I like is for the past couple of years, I've said that we're not so much a young team, but just, a little inexperienced, and we're a team that has elders and a lot of them. So I think that allows us to have different choices, whether it be on the mound or throughout the lineup and defense.
Erica.
Hi, Coach. So how does it feel to have Jasmine back out there? And can you talk to me a little bit about what she brought to the team this weekend?
It feels great. We've been waiting for her to be able to get back and open up the season. We missed her last year. Just to see her back out on defense and to do what she was doing at the plate. It was good. I asked her early on if she was nervous or what, and not at all. She was ready to go. She's been waiting and geared up for this past weekend.
Knight.
Hi, Coach. We saw KK at third base and first base. Where do you find that she fits on this team that's so deep, and what do you expect her role to be as the season moves along?
I think, obviously as the year continues, roles will continue to develop. I think with KK, she has the ability to play first and third. So I think it's too early in the year to say exactly where she's going to end up. But I do like that she is athletic and can play many positions. I just think right now it's too early to be concrete with really any of them position-wise.
James.
You were quite confident that Paige would come through for sure. And she does with RBIs in 4 of her first 5 games. I know she had the sombrero game in there at 0 for 5, but still she had some pretty good appearances. What do you think of her first weekend and the fact that, yeah, she came through with some really big hits for you as a freshman and, one of her first at bats?
Yeah, nothing's better than clutch. I love athletes that know how to clutch up. We talk a lot about cashing in with runners in scoring position. And I thought for her, she came up big. She's a competitor and we've known that since day one. So to know that, recruiting her and then finally get her on the field with us and to be able to see it, up close, it was pretty awesome. So I think you're going to continue to see things like that from her throughout the year.
Ryan.
Coach Stevie Hansen, she got 2 starts in the circle. In the first one against CSUN, I believe that she had 5 strikeouts on just 3 pitches, but it seemed like when she didn't get those 3-pitch strikeouts, it was battling in counts. Can you talk about her approach in the circle, what you liked from this weekend and what still needs to be improved on for her?
What I like is just, I think anytime a freshman comes in the game, regardless of the position, there can be some nerves, a little bit, excitement, all of that. And I think Stevie has really, really good composure on the mound. I really like how she goes about things and the way she thinks on the mound. One thing that I think you guys will see as we continue to go on, she's got a ton of movement and I think her pitches do a great job of tunneling with each other. What I really liked about her was just she pounded the zone. She was constantly ahead and did a good job of getting ahead and getting out. I think as she continues to face collegiate hitters, she's going to see, it'll allow her to understand how she needs to adjust her pitches with certain locations and just things like that you learn along the way. But I was pleased to see her and the way she came out this past weekend.
We got time for a few more, so we'll go Chris, Knight, and then James to end it. Chris.
Coach, one thing you just kind of mentioned was the composure, and I just had a question. I know what you're looking for and where you want the team to be, but you had a situation where you had bases loaded, no outs, and you guys failed to produce. How do you balance that desire and the coaching to get them where they want to go without trying to get them to, or without the pressing that would kind of be inherent with getting them over that hump, so to speak, if that makes sense?
Yeah, no, I think just they're going to continue to get those opportunities. And, those are opportunities that we work on in practice as well. I think they're going to continue to get those opportunities. And that's one thing that I do think you'll see them do this year is cash in on that. Runners, bases loaded, no outs. We got to understand and know that no question we're going to score runs in that situation. And I think you'll see that from this team.
Knight.
Coach, we heard a lot about Allison Benning coming in as a pitcher, but so far we've only seen her utilized as a batter. Can you talk about the decision to utilize her more as a hitter and what you've seen from her at the plate in the early part?
Yeah, she's got tremendous power at the plate. I mean, she could legitimately change the game in one swing. It's early, so I don't think to get caught up in who threw however many innings. She's a freshman. She's got some elders in front of her. And so she'll get her opportunities, but I just think it's still early. We still got a lot to do and a lot to figure out with this entire team.
Last question, James.
On your other 2 pitchers from this weekend, Missy, on what McKenna brought, obviously she brought a lot last season, but to do it against SEC competition in first game and, season opener, et cetera, come through the way she did, what she did and what kind of confidence you have in her now going into this weekend at Baylor and also Jordan and just what the process was this offseason to probably more mental than physical, because I realized physically she was pretty banged up last year and trying to restore that confidence in her that the shoulder, the leg, that everything was going to be okay and she'd be able to go back out there and do what she did again.
Which, when you're saying the shoulder and the leg, which one are you talking about?
For Jordan.
Oh, okay. Well, to speak on Jordan, she had a tough year last year. She had a lot of adversity that she had to deal with, and I thought she really did a great job of pushing through it. She is really trust her process, and I think you are going to see Jordan. I don't know. I think you're going to really like what you see from Jordan this year. This is it. This is her super season year, and I know she wants to go out on her terms. And so I think you're going to see that competitor, fiery athlete on the mound who's going to make a big impact for us this year. With McKenna, great stuff. I love how she came out this weekend. I think all athletes in their career, it just kind of depends whether it's their freshman, their sophomore, junior, whatever year it may be, but they all have a point in their career where they start to understand how to really, they understand and know exactly what they need to do. And they come out and they're able to really handle things maybe that they were still trying to figure out earlier in their career. And I think that's what you're seeing in McKenna. She's coming into her own. She's got great stuff. So what I love is that our entire pitching staff gave us a chance to win this weekend.
That's all the time we got for you, Coach. Thanks for your time.
All right. Thank you.